forget that how much the intro music is a banger. I'm gonna post that on Twitter. I'm gonna go ahead and post it on my personal Facebook, just in case any of my personal friends want to watch. Boom! Boom! I'm trying to quit Celsius. I was sick this weekend. It was real close. I looked up the symptoms. I thought I had a heart attack this weekend, but I didn't. But I figured 1 Celsius a week is not going to kill me. Mouth's a little dry too. In case you can't tell, I've been sick, baby. I've been sick this weekend. That's why I didn't stream this on Sunday. I'm doing it on Tuesday. So, yeah. Let me set everything up. Letterboxd. Credentials don't match. What? Is that it right there? Credentials don't match. Well, fine. You guys just won't be able to see Letterboxd because I'll just do it through Safari where it's already logged in. Oh, shoot. I'm on YouTube. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to go on Letterboxd. There we go. Do a little thumbprint thingy there. Sign my butt in. Sign in a Letterboxd so I can look at my 53 MCU films ranked. 52? Put 53 with the title. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. That is if I have everything in here. Yeah, I do. All right. Suppose I should get the intro started. You're going to see a little bit of shaky cam because my cord for my camera is really tight up and it is really stressing me out. Come on, baby. What is your issue today? Okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do that for a second. You're going to see my room. I'm going to try to get this stupid thing fixed. Why don't we just... Oh. Boom. All right. Should be good enough. Oh, now it's stuck. Okay, I don't know what the thing's problem is. Why it's being so dang difficult. Focus up, focus up, focus up. I'm here. All right, I suppose I should get on with the intro. All right, MCU. We got a new one this past weekend in the Fantastic Four First Steps. I told myself once we get our final MCU project of the year, it's not the final. We still got Wonder Man, but I don't care. We're going to rank the 52 MCU projects. We got the shows, we got the movies, and we got the 2 specials. So the Guardians Holiday Special, Werewolf by Night Special. So we got that. And you know what? If you want to, I gotta clear my throat there. I love it if you guys would tell me what would you be your placings on certain spots. I'm going to make sure I'm live because I'm a little bit paranoid. Guess what? I am live. Okay. So I'd love if you tell me your ranking of the movies, of the TV shows, of all that. We're not including the animated projects because on my channel I do have an animated project ranking. So I've done several MCU rankings. I even did one yesterday. Go check it out. I was ranking all the team movies. But yeah, today we are going to rank all of the MCU projects. We're going to do 10 at a time, and then I'll pause for questions once I actually get people in here, which I'm sure people will join. Taking a drink. Pina colada flavor. I'll send a message real quick. And I'm sure more people will join. It's Tuesday morning. Maybe some people at work. Probably wasn't the best choice to stream today. But you know what? Who cares? I'm here. All right. And with that said, drum roll, please. Number 52. It is 52, right? Let me check one more time. Excuse me. Number 52. 5-2. We got 52 projects to rank. Miss Marvel. Whoa! My throat clamming up there for a second. Miss Marvel is the worst MCU project of all time. I'm a big Miss Marvel fan. I read her comics. I actually own the graphic novels. Excuse me. Wow. Throat was clamming up there. Woo! I'm okay now. All right. I actually own her graphic novels. Like, I own the graphic novels of her first original comic run when she was first introduced as a superhero. Loved them. I read the heck out of those. I really did love her comic book stories. So I was automatically very excited for the show. And what did the show give us? Well, we got the first episode. You know, it's kind of what I wanted. A little bit worse than I expected, but you know, we got the inside her hometown fighting bad guys kind of aspect. We even got that a little bit with the second episode. But then after that, what did we decide to do with the plot? About Miss Marvel, who her whole personality is like Spider-Man protecting this one part of New York City. Yeah, we take her half across the world to go on this ginormous journey to save the universe or whatever. Not okay. Not a good idea. Bad idea. Terrible idea, Marvel. Don't know why you decided to do that. And it's not done in a well enough idea at all. Like, literally that plot is ended in episode before the show ends. So, like, the whole show, we're doing this whole save the world plot, and then it ends by the people that were destroying the world being like, oh yeah, now we got to sacrifice yourself. Miss Marvel going, no! And then they die, and then she's like, all right, well, that sucked. Let's go get some pizza. And so, yeah, not good at all. I think the final episode was actually really good. Surprisingly, like, it gave me everything I wanted from the Miss Marvel television show. Iman Vellani obviously is great. The best addition to the MCU in a long time. But the show, writing, everything about it sucked. So it's got to be my least favorite MCU project, especially because I was looking forward to it. King Shark in the chat. What's up, King Shark? New viewer? Miss Marvel? Really? Yeah, I really hate Miss Marvel. Like, I wish I loved it, but it was just such a letdown for me. All right, number 51. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, a movie that as soon as I left the theater from it, I was like, okay, yeah. That movie, I think it really showed me that I'm getting superhero fatigue. I didn't really care about the big battle. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that the movie just sucked. And then I revisited it once it came to Disney Plus, and I just found it unwatchable. Like, I'm looking at Letterboxd right now, and for some odd reason, I have it at 3 stars. I'm actually going to lower my rating. I'm actually going to lower my rating now to shoot. Did that work? Yes, it did. I'm going to refresh the page so it'll tell me. Now it's not telling me. Okay, so King Shark, it's my brother. He changed his name for some odd reason. So thanks for confusing me there. There you go. Now it's telling me. All right, yeah, I changed it to 1.5 stars. I mean, the movie's awful. I think in the middle, it's actually quite fun when it's doing the Ant-Man stuff. He has to go on a heist for Kang, kind of what the Ant-Man franchise does, where the first movie's a heist movie, the second movie has heist aspects, and now here he's going on a heist for Kang, and that part is quite fun. I like Paul Rudd. He's fun. Jonathan Majors as Kang is awesome. But the freaking ending of the movie is terrible, where, number one, you got MODOK doing this. You know, he's like, I don't want to be a bad guy anymore. And Cassie Lang's like, well, you're kind of a dick. And he's like, well, I don't want to be a dick. And she says, well, stop being a dick. And he goes, okay. And then he sacrifices himself and he goes, I'm an Avenger. Because that makes sense. Like, was it the writers smoking cocaine day in the writer's room? I don't know, but it was not right. And then Kang the Conqueror, who is set up to be this big bad in the MCU, is defeated by a couple of ants and Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, I mean, could have had stakes if Ant-Man was trapped inside the quantum realm or something, but there's no stakes at all because he's just defeated by a couple of ants. And so I would have loved to see Kang. I love Kang in the comics, but I guess because of the Jonathan Majors situation, the fact that this movie sucked balls, they're not doing it. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but has to be number 51. Movie pisses me off every time I talk about it. Number 50, Thor, Love, and Thunder. Taking a drink before I talk about it. Might have to grow up and get a water. My mouth is really dry, and the Celsius is not helping it. All right, I'll do that after Thor, Love, and Thunder. All right, Thor, Love, and Thunder. This movie is not a movie like Quantumania that pisses me off. It's just a movie that's bad. It doesn't have any redeemable aspects for me. I mean, Christian Bale could have been cool, but they just kind of reduced the character to nothing. The movie is just boring from start to finish. I never revisited out of the theater because when I saw it in the theater, I was just sitting there like, oh, shoot, I'm in a movie theater. Oh, I can't make noise. There's like constant plot lines about how Valkyrie's gay and how Korg is gay and the mating rituals. There's infinity cones, which is just a terrible joke. There's a joke cracked every 5 minutes that wasn't really all that funny. I do think that the fact that Thor adopted a little girl at the end of the movie was the only redeemable part of the movie. Besides that, the movie's just not funny. It's not entertaining. It's not nothing. It's just meaningless, not good. So Thor, Love, and Thunder, number 50. I'm going to go grab a water. I'll mute my mic. Turn off the camera for a hot minute. Please don't leave. We back. Got a message. Not important, though. All right. Stairs. Fat man's worst enemy. I gotta lose weight, guys. I've been working on it, you know? What? Hi, Isabel. Hi, girl. Come here. Hi, girl. It's a good girl. Good dogs. Good dogs. All right. Hold on one second. I'm going to try to get Letterboxd up here because I would very much like... Wait, user... No, my email is not my username, dude. What is my username on Letterboxd? Okay, that's right. Zach D Films YT. Go follow, please. Okay, let me... I must have changed the password. Okay, yes. All right, sick. So now, what I wanted to do to begin off is show like the posters and stuff, so you're not just looking at me talk about the movies. But now I figured it out. Okay, there we go. And then share screen to Letterboxd. Add a stage number 49, Ironheart. Oh, the dog's not laying by me anymore. Ironheart, rated at 1.5 on Letterboxd. Don't really feel like I'm in the need to change that rating. I'm going to be honest. Out of every single MCU project that there is, this is the only one that I have never finished. Because I thought it sucked. Thought it was horrible. From beginning to end. The first episode's just incredibly boring with some mind-bogglingly bad decisions. So, Ironheart, Riri Williams, you know, the person that is so, like, has the internship in Wakanda, part of the Stark Foundation, can pretty much go to any college she wants because she's so smart. It doesn't have money for some reason, even though she could literally do probably anything to get some money. So what she joins a group of criminals to start robbing places and being bad guys. Because why exactly? So she could build an Ironheart suit? Well, that doesn't make sense because to join this group of criminals, she has to make an Ironheart suit. Guess what? She makes a perfectly fine Ironheart suit, so she can get money to build an Ironheart suit. That makes sense, right? That's good writing, Marvel. So, I mean, it's just filled with those bad decisions. Like, it tries to make her be like, oh, she's a woman and she is of color, so she faces these problems in life and has to turn to crime or whatever like that. Like, that's the themes they're trying to do here, but it doesn't make sense because we've seen her have an internship with Wakandans where she built a perfectly fine and working Ironheart suit. I mean, it's just, it doesn't make sense. And then she builds an AI of her dead friend. Yeah. And, like, expects everyone to be cool that, yeah, I know that this friend died in a drive-by shooting, but, yeah, I rebuilt her out of code, and it's her now. That's not weird and creepy at all. So, I mean, I watched the beginning of episode 5, and then after the fight with Ezekiel Stane, you know, remember Obadiah Stane from Iron Man? Yeah, his son's in this show. Not terrible. But I just couldn't. I was like, do I really want to spend half of my day off finishing up this show? No, I don't. Clicked off of it. It's right here. The show was actually sucked. What if it is actually good? What, Ironheart? Well, I just told you it's not. So what are you talking about? It's not good. Oh, shoot. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I didn't re-rate after I rewatched it. I'll actually go down here to 1.5 and fix my rating of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I used to love this show. I like the last couple episodes of Ironheart. Like, I've heard the last episode, and I know it, and I'm going to spoil it here. Apparently, she, like, they're working for Mephisto, which I think the magic aspect of the show was kind of neat. But, like, she becomes an agent of Mephisto and is kind of a villain. Yeah, I just couldn't care, you know? Like, I got a new job. It's a full-time job. So now I got to start picking and choosing what I should watch for the channel. And I couldn't bring myself to watch Ironheart another episode any longer. But anyways, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I used to love this show. I thought it was great. I loved Bucky. I loved Falcon. I loved their interactions. I thought the action was great. The villain was great. John Walker was great. But then I rewatched it and I realized this is just the most poorly written show, I think, out of all of the entire MCU. It's not good at all. It's makes every character seem overly whiny. John Walker is like, I want the super soldier serum because I'm not strong enough. The villain, well, yeah, they took away everything we had during the blip, so we need to be bad. And then they say that like 120 times as Hulu's telling me to go watch these three shows. Family Guy supremacy. Family Guy is the best show, the funniest show of all time. Also, why am I
guys?
thinking, shut up. Can I?
There's something I want to talk to you about.
What's going on?
Two changes.
Isn't that where the dog beds go?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to do there. I don't know what the heck is going on in my letterbox right now, but anyways, like, characters just written so annoyingly. The action's fine, but I mean, I just didn't even rewatch the last episode because I just thought it was borderline unwatchable at that point. And if you're asking why I keep removing it, it's because I don't want to spoil the future of the list. How many we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. We have 5 more in the bottom 10 of the MCU. One of them is really surprising. Next up, Iron Man 2. Hold on. 52 minus 5. 46? Wait, hold on. I'm not good at math, in case you can't tell. I'm actually pretty terrible at it. So I'm going to count out 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47. I was one off. I was so close, guys. I was one off. 47. Hey! Wow. That hurt. My boy Grant Helm, he's in the chat. I love every time Grant Helm joins the chat. It just gets so much more interesting. With my brother, Grant Helm, a lot of fun. What's up, Grant? Thanks for joining. All right, anyways, Iron Man 2 at number 47. It's I haven't rated it because I've never watched it ever since I've had a Letterboxd, but it's not good. There's plenty of ideas here to try to make it a great MCU movie. I mean, the idea about Tony dying, the idea about setting up the Avengers, the villains, the fight with Rhodey, all that is some great ideas. But in the movie itself, it's just all clunky and doesn't come together. And because of all the plot lines, there's not near enough action. Like, we get an action sequence near the beginning of the movie, and then we're just slowed to a halt where Iron Man is eating donuts and, dying. And, he's got to fight with Rhodey, but none of it's interesting at all because there's just all these plot lines coming together. And I hate to say it, it's boring. I'm really bored. When I watch the movie, I watched it twice, and I'll probably never watch it again because where you'll see with the other 2 Iron Man movies, they're great. This one's not. Actually, today I'm going to just rate them all on Letterboxd, so I have my ratings down on Letterboxd. Probably give Iron Man 2 1.5 stars. Boom, 1.5 stars for Iron Man 2. Oh, shoot. I did not want to do that. Whoops. I do not want to spoil his ranking. Number 46, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. 3.5 stars is really gracious. I'm going to move that down to 2 stars. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Now, this one's very interesting because I don't think I I don't think that I don't know what I'm doing there. I don't think that I hate the show like a lot of people do. I actually like a lot of the stuff it does. A couple of the individual episodes are really fun. They're really funny. Some cool action in the show. I do really like Bob's Burgers. Get out of my way. Tatiana Maslany. I think she's a great actress, and she's really great as a character. So there are plenty of stuff I really enjoy about the show. But man, that finale killed me. Absolutely killed everything good about the show. Because, like, yeah, I know people complain about big CGI battles, but, like, this one could have been cool. You know, all these plot lines coming in from all the other episodes just collapsing in on each other to finish out the show. Could have been really cool. But no, she decides, hey, let's break the fourth wall, jump out of the actual show into Disney Plus. Like, that makes sense. And yeah, there's always people like, oh, if Deadpool did that, you people would love it. But it's not Deadpool who did that. So why don't you love the show? Because that's different. Deadpool, from the beginning, is always like that. Even when he came into the MCU in Deadpool and Wolverine, he jumped from that universe into here. So he naturally breaks the fourth wall. Here, she is strictly inside of the MCU, so it doesn't make sense for her to break the fourth wall because no one else does that. If she was from another universe and gets in here, that's fine. But she's not. She is bound to the MCU rules where Deadpool is not. So it doesn't make sense. And it's just very distasteful and very, very bland. So I really, really did not like She-Hulk, the finale. A couple of episodes were really good. Finale was not. Grant Helm says, for me, it was really slow and rushed at the same time, if that makes sense. It 100% does. And he's talking about Iron Man 2, obviously. Yeah, I totally get that. I feel that way about tons of movies. All right. Got you two guys watching, and anybody else, you can shoot in some questions. We got three more, actually, and then I'm going to take a quick little break and take some questions. Number 45 is Echo or Bob's Burgers and The Simpsons, if you want to know. I'm going to rate this 2 stars. 2 stars is fine. I think there's a lot in the show that is really good, actually. Like, the action in the show, when it's there, is really good. The second episode, or was it the third episode? I don't remember. Like, there's a roller rink action sequence, and it's a top-tier action sequence inside the MCU. The small little Daredevil fight in episode 1 I thought was absolutely great. But the more the show goes on, it's only like 5 episodes, I think, and it just does not work. Like, when you get 5 episodes, you have to add more to each episode, and they don't. Where in the beginning of the show, like, it's a whole setup episode. Or not a setup episode, but it's a whole recap episode of Hawkeye. We don't need all that recap. And while I think that's one of the better episodes, we don't need the whole recap. And then episode 2, you kind of get from point A and stay in point A. You don't go anywhere. Episode 3, you actually get a plot. Episode 4, you actually get a plot. But then the 5th episode, it tries to set up all these things. And the way it sets it up is like, that's actually really cool, man. I actually am really excited to see what's going to happen. And how do they do it? They literally finish up the plot in like 3 minutes just to rush it into the emotions in the end. Like, a finale which had potentially be my favorite. I literally said to my dad, who I was watching the show with, I said, I think this is going to be the best Marvel finale. And then guess what? It wasn't. It was bad. Bad show. Bad. So, number 45. Number 44. And this one, it's a little bit odd because Echo, I'd say, is bad. Here, what did I give The Incredible Hulk? Yeah, I'd say it's a solid 3 stars. So, like, we jump from Echo to The Incredible Hulk, which is a 3-star project. It's not. It's kind of sauceless, honestly. Excuse me. The movie's kind of sauceless, in my opinion. There's not really much that it does, but it's completely watchable. Like when I was in a play, I had rehearsal, and I was like, I want to watch a movie before rehearsal. So I just turned this on, like when my family was cooking dinner and I was helping cooking dinner. I just had it on in the background, and it was completely fine watch in the background. I think the ending with the Hulk and the Abomination fight is okay. And that's a lot what the movie does. Some okay action, some okay fights. It's okay. But the movie never really does anything special. I think Liv Tyler, incredibly annoying in this movie. Like, really annoying. So, the plot doesn't really make sense. Cinematography isn't all that special. So, it's a solid 3 stars. A solid background watch. But, and it's weird because, like, we're still in the bottom 10 of the MCU. So, like, it's weird because, like, the other projects are bad. This one's decent. So there's only, like, 8 projects I would consider to be not good inside the MCU. Oh, I better take that down before I spoil the rest of the ranking. All right. Read those comments after I talk about. Obviously, it's not the Daredevil movie, but this is for Daredevil Born Again. Now, I told you there'd be a shocking one in the bottom 10. It is Daredevil Born Again because I just left it so disappointed. I finally finished Daredevil, where I have reviews for all the seasons on the channel. Go check them out. Where the first season is pretty good. The second season is better. And then the third season, just an all-time masterpiece. And I literally finished watching the third season before I jumped in. And it's very Disney-ified from Daredevil, but I thought it didn't really bother me. I thought there were some fine action sequences. A couple of plot lines worked here and there. Kingpin's plot was great. I was intrigued the entire show. And then we get to that finale. I'm going to get this ad out of the way. And then we get to that finale, and it just left me unbelievably disappointed. I left it like, what? Because, yeah, we do get some cool things. We get Kingpin literally ripping a dude's face in half, the goriest scene in the MCU, and it's awesome. But there's no conclusion to the plot. They don't conclude anything about the plot or the movie. Quite literally, it's they're like, yeah, we got to build a team now to stop Kingpin, and they don't conclude anything. It left me like, what? So now I got to wait another year to actually get something of substance. And it made me feel so played. Like I wasted all this time watching a show when I could have just waited till next year to actually have the concluded plot. And that it's true because it was rumored to be 18 episodes and they cut it to 9. So like a whole season should have been much longer. And it just left me being like, oh my God, why would they do that? Why would they do that to Daredevil? The season should have been longer. All right. I got a couple of comments I'm going to read. And we'll do the next 10. Let me count out 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, this next section, we're going to start veering into better territory. And like, excuse me, I know I talked a lot bad about Daredevil Born Again. I did enjoy a lot of stuff about the show. I liked the action. I liked Muse. I liked Daredevil. But like that ending was just so frustrating. All right. King Shark says, Incredible Hulk is good, just doesn't feel like an MCU movie. Or what doesn't feel like an MCU movie? I'm teasing him because it's my brother and he cannot type. I kind of agree. It's decent. It doesn't feel like an MCU movie. I'm going to do a video where I'm discussing your guys' picks for the worst casting. I do have a poll on, or not a poll, but like a community on YouTube. Go check that out. Send me that on Twitter, post it on TikTok, on Instagram, did all that. And I got a couple submissions that I'm going to do a video here probably this week. But I agree. And I think part of it's because of Edward Norton, because of the plot and all of it. It's just not ever an MCU movie that I'm ever going to revisit. And I do think Mark Ruffalo is a much better Hulk. Grant Helm, do you think they should ever revisit the idea of Hulk getting his own movie/movies? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. World War Hulk is right there in front of you. I mean, even at the end credit of She-Hulk, where he has a kid, Scar. That's a big part of World War Hulk. I would love to see Hulk start becoming bad and, like the gamma getting to his brain. He just goes absolutely crazy. I know we've seen a little bit of World War Hulk in Thor Ragnarok, but, like, I would love to see all the heroes have to team up to stop Hulk. Like, even in the new Spider-Man movie. Like, the rumored plot is Spider-Man and Punisher teaming up to stop Hulk, which is not what the plot I want for my Spider-Man movie, but actually might not be a bad idea. It might not be that bad of an idea. And I would love to see a movie where all of the heroes have to team up to stop an absolutely unstoppable Hulk who is just destroying the world. Like, we got a little bit of that in Age of Ultron. It's the best scene in the movie. So yes, I would love to see Hulk getting his own movie. But Hulk as like the hero of his own movie, I don't know. I'd love to see a World War Hulk project, but like, is Hulk really all that interesting of a character to get his own movie? Like, we've seen him battle. Like, in all the Avengers movie, he has his own plot lines, and I don't think those plot lines would suffice for an entire Hulk movie. So a World War Hulk movie, yes. Everything else, not really. All right, send in any more questions if you got any. I'm going to take a couple-minute break so my brain can reset. I've already been live for 36 minutes. Wow. I'm off today, so, and then I have to work tomorrow. No. And then I'm off Wednesday. I'm going to see, or Thursday. I'm going to see Together tonight. Look at showtimes real quick. Madeline. Shoot, no, I didn't want to do that. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I'll probably go see Together at 7:39. Also, and then also, I'm going to have a sketch review because I saw the mystery movie last night and it was sketch. So sketch review was also coming out on the channel today. And then Together review is going to be tomorrow. And then had another video that I was going to put out. I completely forgot. Because Thursday I'm going on a double feature, most likely to see The Naked Gun and to see Bad Guys 2. Maybe going to do that with my brother. But I'll probably go see Together at 7:30 tonight. Because I've been waiting a long time for this movie. Like, Cody Leach, what the heck was that noise? Cody Leach, a YouTuber, like one of the film critics I trust the most, said that it's a WTF movie of the year, and I love WTF movies. But also a couple movies he said that last year weren't good for me, like Cuckoo. There's a couple other ones that I can't remember. Grant Helm, you should do this style live for actors. See, I would, but the thing is, like, it's very rare for me to get, like, a bunch of viewers. Like, I've only got 110 subscribers right now. I'm growing much faster than my old channel did, but still, I would totally do it live once I grow exponentially, which I am planning on doing. I'm grinding out on the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. But, like, I can't do this style live with just you and my brother. So, like, because I've actually got other comments from other people. It's not going to be that long of a video, but I'm still going to do it. I'm going to try to get it out this week. I really would like to get that video out this week. Actually, let me go full screen here. There we go. Ready. Okay. All right, what's that? What are we at? 42, 43, 41? Hold on. 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43. Yeah, we're at 42. That's what I thought. Did I talk about 10 movies yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I did. Okay. I didn't know if I talked about it. I said I'm really bad at math. Really. Number 42. Captain America Brave New World. Again, another solid 3-star project. I think it's okay. I feel like the Red Hulk fight scene in the end with Captain America, I thought that was great. But the whole movie, I was thinking, like, this feels like a glorified episode or series of a Disney Plus show. Like, this feels like Falcon and the Winter Soldier Season 2 almost level quality. Where, you watch any MCU movie and you'll feel like it's a movie, right? You watch this movie and you feel like it is just low-level quality. So, like, it's completely watchable. I had fun watching it. I thought there were some solid action sequences. But, like, it's by the writers of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which really tells you a lot. But I watched the movie and I'm like, okay, it's about what I expected. It's mid. It's not great. But could have been better. But it should have been a Disney Plus show. Which, you know, again, I thought it was completely fine. But, I mean, and then we get Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts, which is elite. So I can't really be mad at this one because it's the last one out of the MCU creative overhaul. And now we got 2 10 out of 10 MCU movies. 41, The Marvels, a movie I think is completely fine. I also never rated it. I'm giving it 3 stars. I feel like Captain Marvel completely unbelievably unlikable in this movie for some odd reason. Teyonah Parris is fine. Iman Vellani, obviously, best casting choice of the MCU in a long time, probably ever. I think she's just so good in this role. I thought the villain was fine. I didn't hate her. Some cool action sequences. It's completely watchable. I think at worst, it is just completely watchable. The ending sucks. I mean, I'm just so tired. I touched on this a little bit in Fantastic Four in my review, that I'm just so tired of just hero sacrifices where, like, oh, we gotta kill ourselves to save the day! When you know it's Marvel, they're not actually going to kill off their hero. Like, actual hero sacrifices like Iron Man Snap in Endgame is actually effective. But, like, seeing, like, Teyonah Parris fly into a black hole to close it down, you know, like, she's not dead. You know she's not dead. So, like, what's the point? What is the point? So, also, like, the fact that they give Miss Marvel's family her house, like a couple minutes after we see everyone thinks she's already dead is just in bad taste. But, you know, there's a credit scene that leads to Doomsday, and it's a little weird, but I'm a little interested. Speaking of weird, King Shark, my brother said the Marvels is weird. I agree. It's not great, but, you know, it's solid 3 stars. It's watchable. It's entertaining enough. All right. A couple of movies here that are kind of combined. I do personally enjoy. Thor, I do enjoy these movies. You know, like, these are some of my mom's favorite Marvel movies for some weird reason. And again, I'm going to give Thor, should I give it 3.5? I think I'm going to go 3.5 for Thor. I think this is where I start getting 3.5 stars. I think it's fine. I didn't mean to do that. What the heck? I don't want to go to Hulu. Thanks. I don't care about the Washington Black show. It's fine. It's a completely watchable movie. Like the fish out of water comedy stuff, really funny. Some solid action sequences. I think Loki is a great villain. It just takes you away to this world, and it's entertaining enough. You know, there's not really anything I can really complain about. Even, like, you get Hawkeye cameo in here. So I think it's pretty solid. I think it's a solid movie. Not really much I can say about these movies other than, you know, these first 2 Thor movies are solid watches. If I'm going to rewatch an MCU movie, I'm almost never going to choose to put on Thor. But when I do watch it, I'm like, yeah, it's a good, solid MCU movie. And then along the same lines, where are we at? 42, 41, 40. We're at 39, which is the Thor sequel, Thor: The Dark World, which I think is a little bit better. I'm also going 3.5 stars. And I know a lot of people hate this movie, but I don't hate it, you know? Like, I rewatched it a couple years ago, and I was like, holy crap, the movie's still really fun. I actually have a really good time watching this movie. So, you know, I don't think the villains are all that memorable, but I think Loki's sacrifice is really good, even though we find out he's not dead again. I think the mother's death is really emotional. The ending fight scene where they're teleporting from place to place is really fun. So again, it's not awful. I mean, it's not great, but it's completely watchable. Quite like the first Thor. It's completely fine. I had enough fun watching it, but it doesn't really do anything all that special. But, you know, the first Thor movies were okay. And, you know, when a lot of people consider Thor: The Dark World as one of the worst, I just highly disagree with that one, with that take. 38. Take a drink. I'm just going to take a drink of water. My mouth's getting a little dry. What? Hold on. Wait a ding-dang minute. So 38 is Werewolf by Night. But it's directed by Michael Giacchino. Hold on, folks. Who did the score for Fantastic Four First? So how come when I look up first, none of the search results are first steps? Okay. I did not know that Michael Giacchino did Werewolf by Night. All right, so I see Grant sent a really good question that I'll get to, that I'm going to talk about. All right, Werewolf. Yeah, I'll talk about that once I get to the questions, Grant. Okay, Werewolf by Night. I think it had potential to be amazing, and I just felt like I was watching, like, okay, yeah, that was fine. You know, like, it's a fine hour. Didn't really waste my time. You know, it was just completely fine. I feel like I would love to see a whole show like this. Like, the world building, all the things that they do here is really interesting. A horror aspect inside the MCU, really cool. But, like, it doesn't really do anything all that special. I left it like, okay, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. You know, it was a solid use of my time. I feel, again, like a whole show this would be really cool, but I don't really have any distinct thoughts other than, you know, that was good. You know, that was pretty neat. Pretty neato stuff, though. 37. Number 37, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Huge jump up from the sequel, or from the third film. I do enjoy this movie. You know, it's not as near as good as that first Ant-Man movie, but it is a completely solid movie, which I'm also going to give 3.5 stars to. I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's Ant-Man, you know, Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, a lot of fun. You know, it's a heist movie pretty much. It's kind of just like all these moving parts, kind of just like, it's hard to describe. I can't think of what the term is, but like a certain style of movie, a MacGuffin movie. MacGuffin, that's what it is, where they're all after this certain thing, you know. It's completely forgettable movie inside the MCU. It doesn't really do anything all that special. But I mean, every time I watch it, I'm like, you know, man, that was entertaining. You know, it was a fun use of my time. I like these characters. And especially after Infinity War, it was a movie that I saw that I was like, that's a fun use of my time. That's a fun movie to kind of cut in between there. And especially the post-credit scene leads up so much to Avengers Endgame. So not as near as good as the first movie, but it's completely fun. It is a completely fun movie. I'll be right back. Sorry, folks. Had to go to the can. Not even gonna lie to you. Not even gonna lie to you. Shoot, where are we at? That was 39, 38, 30. Number 36 is Black Widow, a movie that I do really enjoy. I mean, I watched it when it came on Disney Plus, when they did the theater Disney Plus release, and I was like, you know, that's fine. I didn't like third act. So I rewatched it with a friend. I was like, you know what? I liked it a little bit more. And then that was in 2021. I revisited it for the first time right before Thunderbolts so I could see like the setup for Yelena, Red Guardian, all that again. And I had a lot more fun with it. Again, I still think it is really fun, has some solid action sequences. I do think the teaser trailer for this one was perfect. One of the best teaser trailers inside the MCU. But good action. Yelena, Red Guardian, two fantastic additions to the MCU. Taskmaster, I feel like her twist was awful, but actually had some pretty cool moments inside the movie. But overall, the movie itself feels like it should have been so much better. Like, it has this distinct style inside the MCU. It's a movie that I feel like is so different from any movie inside the MCU, and it's kind of neat for that. But also the writing's a little bit rough. Like, constantly I find myself shaking my head like, why didn't they do this? Or what was the idea behind that decision inside the movie? And so, like, the writing of the movie really holds it back. It had potential to be a top-tier MCU movie, but then the movie ends, and I'm like, that had potential to be awesome, and it just was good. So, one of the most frustrating movies inside the MCU. But it's still, like, I enjoy it every time I watch it. Black Widow introduced the best dad in the MCU. Best dad. You know what? I'm going to do a segment on that after these 10, because we got 3 more movies to talk about, and then I'll answer any questions. So if you got any questions movie related, send them in the chat. What are we at? Hold on. I don't think I can count. 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33. Okay. 35. Wakanda Forever, a movie that I think with the hand that they were dealt, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. Yeah, with the hand that they were dealt, I feel like, wow, lost train of thought. With the hand that they were dealt, with the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. I don't want to see you put on deodorant, buddy. Anyways, like, they do perfect with what they can. Like, the beginning of the movie so emotional. The entire movie so emotional. Just a fantastic send-off. Angela Bassett gives a fantastic performance. Same thing as Laita Wright. Hope I'm saying the first name right. I'm sorry if I don't. But she gives a great performance as well. And I do love the decision of Shuri being the new Black Panther instead of setting up someone else to be Black Panther. But the movie itself isn't entertaining. Like, it's so tragic and dramatic that it's just not entertaining. Like, I was going to rewatch it when Sinners came out for a Ryan Coogler ranking, and I just never did that because I couldn't do it, and I just never ended up doing a Ryan Coogler ranking, unfortunately. But I didn't find the movie all that entertaining, especially with the plot itself, which is like this big war. I'm not one that's all that into war films, so wow. There we go. Anyway, so, like, it's not really the most entertaining MCU movie for me, so that's why it's down this low, but with what they did with the emotions is pure perfection. 34, yes, 34. Take a drink. '34, Guardians Volume 2. Put my foot up for a second. I've been talking about this movie a lot with the James Gunn ranking, with my team ranking in the MCU. I'm going to give it 3.5 on Letterboxd. But Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a movie that should be so much better than it is. I think its highs are just phenomenal inside the movie. I mean, the stuff with Rocket, Yondu, and Groot on the Ravager ship, some of the best stuff that they do in this entire franchise. I got to pop my back real quick. Woo, that was tightening up. Some of the best stuff that they do in this entire franchise. The ending, pure perfection, man. The sacrifice by Yondu is just absolutely emotional. Stuff with Ego is just, he's a great villain as we get into the third act of the movie. But I feel like the first act of the movie is just so rushed, it doesn't work as a setup. And then the middle of the movie just screeches to a halt, where, like, once you get with Peter and his dad on the planet, they're just playing catch and talking about the stuff that they missed in their life. And it just gets like, okay. All right, yeah. Get us back on the Ravager ship. Could have cut all that out, and it gets boring from time to time. But its highs, some of the best stuff in the MCU. Its lows, kind of boring. What just happened? I just kicked myself out. What just happened? I gotta check if I'm back live now. What in the world? I gotta check if I'm... Get us back on the Raptors. Kind of boring. Huh. I did kick me out. Wow. All right. Yeah, let's not do that again. All right, last movie we're going to talk about before I answer these questions. So shoot in your questions. 33. 33, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, solid 3.5 stars. Has some great stuff here. The action is just absolutely incredible. Just edge of your seat stuff, whether it's the bus scene, the scene at the Fight Club, all great stuff. I forget how many cameos you got here. I mean, Wong, Abomination, Trevor Slattery, which is just really funny in here. The Real Mandarin, just an incredible villain, I think. The Dragon, I know a lot of people like to hate on the Dragon, but I thought the Dragon was really cool in the third act of the movie. But, like, it's got all of this amazing, amazing stuff in the movie. And then you got the humor, which I think out of all of the MCU movies, this is the one that just doesn't fit. Where you got Awkwafina, of course, because why wouldn't you have Awkwafina? Where she, you know, like, you have an emotional moment. I gotta kill my dad. And she's like, what are you talking about? And, like, I'm never one to hate on Awkwafina. Like, a lot of people do. And I used to be a Awkwafina defender, but I think the older I get, the more annoying I just find her to be. Like, just ruining every emotional moment with just trying to do these lines. And her emotional moments just don't fit because she just annoyed the heck out of me the entire movie. So the humor in this movie just feels like it's undermining every single scene. And I know a lot of people say, yeah, they do that in every Marvel movie. No, I don't feel that in every Marvel movie. They do it here. They definitely did it here. So really undermine it, but still, I think it's a really good movie. All right. Send in your questions, folks. I'm going to read the comments I missed. Oh, I already read that one. All right. Grant Helm asked, have you watched Happy Gilmore 2 yet? No, and I'm not going to. I'm sorry, Grant. I'm not going to watch Happy Gilmore 2. Because I like, it's hard for me because I'm a full-time college student. Even though I'm on summer break this week, I'm a full-time college student. I have a full-time job, and I'm trying to manage this YouTube channel. So, like, it's hard for me. Like, I got to start picking and choosing what I watch. You know, like, every movie I watch has to be for a reason now. Whether when I was unemployed and just a full-time college student, I could watch whatever I want whenever because I have a lot more time. But now because I work 5 days a week, 3 this week because I was sick and they're letting me get a little break so I can just, you know, kind of regain myself. But because I have to pick and choose, you know, like I don't have all the time in the world. Like I have time to maybe watch 1 movie a day now. Instead, I was like watching 2 or 3. And so like, is Happy Gilmore 2 a movie I really want to watch? I'm not the biggest comedy fan. I haven't seen the first Happy Gilmore. Even though I'm kind of in the mood to watch Happy Gilmore. Maybe I'll check it out later. But, sorry. Like, I've heard, like, from people I know, or like, on YouTube, from, like, people I actually trust, critics, I just heard the movie's absolutely abysmal. Like, why would I want to sit down and spend 2 hours watching an absolutely abysmal movie? I mean, I already did that last week with I Know What You Did Last Summer. So, like, and Adam Sandler movies, I think, like, he's fine. He does some fine things. I don't hate him. But, like, his more recent movies, they're just not very good. So, I don't think I'm going to watch Happy Gilmore 2 unless some random thing decides. Plus, like, I already got the beginning and part of the middle spoiled for me. So, like, I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I won't. I don't know, but probably I'm not going to watch it. And he's upset. You wanted a review, didn't you, Grant? Adam Sandler is the GOAT. I don't think he's the greatest. Jim Carrey is by far the greatest comedian of all time. Like, if I'm watching a comedy movie, it's most likely going to be a Jim Carrey movie because of Ace Ventura, favorite comedy movie of all time. And then I just see clips of his other movies, and they always never fail to make me laugh. And then he did want the review. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. You know, maybe I will do a Happy Gilmore 2 review. Maybe I'll check it out today. I don't know. You know what? If this live stream gets to 5 likes, and I'm only saying 5, I know that's a low number, but if it gets to 5 likes, I will watch Happy Gilmore 2 and give you a review this weekend. Anyways, shoot, I'll talk about that in a second. But Jim Carrey's the best. I think Adam Sandler's good, but I don't think he's the greatest. Black Widow introduced the best dad in the MCU. I've been thinking about it. I don't think there's another dad inside the MCU. I mean, Fantastic Four First Steps introduced Mr. Fantastic, who I think is a great dad. I'm going to look here real quick, and I'm going to see what movies have dads. I think Ant-Man's a great dad. Let's look. Tony Stark, great dad. But I don't think Red Guardian is a good dad. I think he was a great dad in Thunderbolts. Plus I can't wait for my 4K Steelbook to get here. But I don't know. I think I'd say Ant-Man is the best dad in the MCU, in my opinion. Great, starting to get Jake to like the video. Jake liked the video. And then I'll watch Happy Gilmore 2. I will. All right, I'll be right back. I got to blow my nose. No, alt accounts don't count, Grant. They don't count. Alt accounts do not count. No, sir. Oh God, we're getting all the likes. Fine, you win. I'll watch Happy Gilmore 2. I don't know if as soon as I get off the live, but I'll watch it. You know what? I'm watching together tonight. I'll watch Happy Gilmore 2 when I get home. You win, Grant. Should I watch? Maybe I should watch. I'll watch Happy Gilmore 1 first, and then I'll watch Happy Gilmore 2. And I'll give you a review. You know what? You win, Grant Helm. I'll give you a review of Happy Gilmore. That's a promise. All right. He said one more thing. Oh yeah, The Truman Show is a movie you need to watch. I already have the ending spoiled for me. I do want to watch it, but I hate not watching all these movies that have the ending spoiled for me. Like Seven, I have the ending spoiled for me, which sucks. But perks of not being born when those movies released. How many likes am I at now? Oh God, this sucks. I wish I said 30 likes, because now I'm gonna have to sit down. See, on Letterboxd, let me go. Actually, I'm actually gonna go to here. I really hate all the ads that Letterboxd has. I need to get pro. I think my next paycheck, I'm gonna spend $40 to get pro. Shoot, what is going on here? All activity. I don't want to see all the activity. Anyways, I have friends giving Happy Gilmore 2 half a star, and critic friends. And then I have casual audience members that are also kind of critics, more like me. I'm not professional critic. I like entertaining movies, but that are giving the movie 4 stars. So I don't know. Maybe I'll like the movie. Maybe I will. But apparently I'm going to watch it now if the movie gets 5 likes. We're at 3 likes. We're at 3 likes. All right. Well, if I get pro on Letterboxd, there's also do you have a Letterboxd, Grant? Jake, do you have a Letterboxd? You guys should get Letterboxd. It's like the best movie app out there, I think. But if I get Pro, like I'll be able to do so many more things on Letterboxd. So where did we end off at? 33. We're at 32. All right. He ran out of alt accounts. Jake's probably going to go. Yeah, he left. He's probably going to go like it all. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Found where we'll end at number 32. And this is where we start getting. You have Letterboxd? Like the app? Sick. Follow me. Zach D Films YT. So I'd really appreciate that, and I'll follow you back because I love Letterboxd. I just I don't have that many followers. And Letterboxd isn't like a great app. Like a couple of years ago, I was like, I don't like it. But this year, I've gone all in. You know, I think it's just a great, great app. All right. Number 32, Avengers Age of Ultron. And like the last movie on this list was 3.5 stars. We are at a 4-star movie here. Love this movie. I think it's a great movie. The more I think about it, the more I think that it's one of the most important MCU movies. It sets up plenty of things for the future, whether it's Tony Stark getting the Vision or the not Vision, the Vision at the beginning of the movie, where like it kind of sets up his snap at the end of Endgame, or you have Wanda, Vision, Pietro being introduced. Not really Pietro, but Wanda and Vision being introduced. I think Ultron, James Spader, great villain. I wish he was utilized a little more, but I still think he's a great villain. Movie actually has a lot of stakes. I don't think the movie's like necessarily the most stylish movie inside the MCU, but there is some style here and some good action sequences in here. I love the Avengers. I love hanging out with these characters. I think they're like, this is just a really entertaining MCU movie. The weakest Avengers movie for sure, but the weakest Avengers movie is still a 4-star movie. Age of Ultron is just really good. Sick, Grant. Sick. You should follow. You know, and y'all should follow my. I just X'd out of Letterboxd. That's great. Y'all should follow my Letterboxd. I'll follow back instantly. All right. Because I'm an idiot and got out of... And I know the title of the video, if you're just now joining, says 53. There's only 52. I'm an idiot because I said it wrong. This is 31. Agatha All Along, which I'm going to update on Letterboxd, is getting 4 stars. Get off my... I didn't want to do that. I thought that was an X. I'm going to wait 6 seconds. These ads, man, they're killing me. They're absolutely killing me. Oh, so... Yeah, that's stupid. Oh, I was very surprised by this show, you know. Stop doing that! I was very surprised by the show, you know, like the beginning of the show, I think is almost borderline unwatchable. I was like, we're in for another awful MCU show. But the more the show goes, the more I was surprised. I was like, I'm actually invested. It's kind of a mystery here. I'm invested in what's going to happen. What's wrong with Agatha's character? Who is teen? I was surprisingly very invested. And then once we get all the answers, I thought they're like, you know, that's satisfying. That's satisfying enough. I thought there were some cool action sequences in here, some cool styles, there's some horror elements, which I thought are really good in the show. The last episode has some very deep emotions, more emotions than I think really ever happens in the show or in like a lot of MCU shows. So that really worked. And heck, it's more stylish than a lot of other MCU shows. So this was one that beginning very, very bad. But then the more it goes along, the more I was like, that's actually really good. That's one of the better MCU shows. Very surprising for me. It's number 31. But, well. But, yeah, it does have issues. Teen, definitely annoying throughout the whole show, but still. Very surprising MCU show, and I was very shocked at how much I really, really dug the show. Number 30, Moon Knight, a show that I The first 2 episodes, ew, don't want to see you picking your toenails, buddy. The first 2 episodes are great. Start off with some great action sequences. Continue on with some great action sequences in episode 2. And then you get to episode 3 and 4, and it's like he's teaming up with this girl, and they're going off doing some Indiana Jones stuff, and I was just not interested. I was like, okay. I don't know why we're doing this, but this is boring. And so I was just not interested, and I thought I was going to hate the show. And then we got to episode 5, and it's the most emotional episode inside the entire MCU, I think. This and episode 8 of WandaVision, so emotional. This one, like, I was crying by the end of it. I was watching it with my family, and, like, there were tears in my eyes. And I was like, that's actually, like, they actually managed to do that. It was really good. And the final episode is just a big CGI battle, but it's entertaining enough. And I love the Oscar Isaac. I think he interacts with himself perfectly each time. I desperately want a season 2 because I want to know what happened at the end. Want to know that. I think Ethan Hawke is a great villain inside this season. So there's just so many things I absolutely adore about the Moon Knight show. But also, like, really struggled in the middle. So it could have been top tier. In the end, I was just like, that's actually pretty good. And I do want a season 2. 32, 31, 30. 29. We're in the 20s now. I'm going to send a message real quick. Sorry. I'm trying to get someone to go with me to go see Together tonight. All right. 29. Doctor Strange, the most visually pleasing inside the MCU. I'm considering giving it 3.5. Like, I know I gave a lot of them 4 stars, but it's up here. But it's up here because, like, the style is more visually pleasing. I mean, look, it's directed by Scott Derrickson, who I think is a great director. I mean, this is a good movie. This is a fantastic, terrifying movie. This movie's pretty good. Haven't seen this. I'm very excited for the Black Phone 2. He made a Hellraiser movie. I didn't know that. I haven't seen any of these down here, and I probably won't. But I don't know if I'm going to do a Scott Derrickson ranking when the Black Phone 2 comes out. But, I mean, he's a very good horror director. Well, too bad, King Shark. You work tonight, and I work tomorrow, so we aren't going to have time to see it. Anyways, like, most visually pleasing with just the visuals that they do here. Some cool action sequences in here, obviously, because of what they do with the visuals. Doctor Strange doing his magic, beating the crap out of people. It's all awesome stuff. But the story itself isn't all that interesting. Villain, played by Mads Mikkelsen, who is a great actor. Excuse me. He doesn't do anything all that special. Dormammu, I think the ending is pretty good, but Dormammu definitely was wasted in here. So, like, it's up this high because of the visuals, because of how interesting it is, and because of some cool things it does. But it's not one of my personal favorite MC movies. Oh boy. All right. All right. This is gonna be fun. Woo! Okay. 28. Yes, the show that is above a lot of movies, a lot of stuff. Okay. I'm nervous to show this one. I'm going to get hated on because of this, but screw it. 28, Secret Invasion. I know. It should have been an Avengers level movie. It should have been an awesome, big, ginormous Avengers level threat, and it wasn't. That's a little disappointing. But for me, this came at a time where the MCU shows were just so boring and just dull and didn't do anything interesting. And then this came along, and, you know, I wasn't talking to my friends about the shows. I wasn't interested in them. This came along, and I was talking to people about the show. And we were like, who's a Skrull? What's going on? What's actually going on? I was like, this is what it felt like when WandaVision came out. And it just brought me back to that style that I thought was pretty cool. So I really dug this show. I thought the mystery, the intriguingness, the action sequences, I thought all of that was awesome inside the show. I do think the finale is absolutely god-awful atrocious. I mean, obviously, because it's just a big CGI battle with awful CGI. But I enjoyed the heck out of this show. I thought it was solid. Should have been better. Wasn't. I did still enjoy it. And Grant is not happy at the placement. Hell no. Get it off the screen. Should be near the bottom. Hyped up way too much. I was surprised at the amount of people that did not like the show. Surprised, because I really dug it. What was that? 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 20. Yep. All right. 27. Maybe I'm going 4 stars too. Spider-Man Far From Home. My favorite trilogy inside the MCU is the John Watts Spider-Man trilogy, but this is the weakest one by far because... The heck? Hold on. Just give me a second. I thought I saw some face in my window. Freaked me out for a second. I keep seeing things out of the corner of my eye, man. Everest, come. Hold on, guys. Everest. Good boy. All right, so story time real quick before I talk about No Way Home or Far From Home. This is my aunt's house that I'm staying in. She lived in Oregon. She bought this house. I've been house sitting for her, and I kind of moved in. Don't know if I'm going to – I think I'm going to move out once she gets back here, though. But she came to live in her house for a week, and I'm by myself again. So kind of got paranoid. Everest, come here, buddy. Everest. Isabel. Come here, guys. But hey, these are her dogs, but they're good dogs. Come here. Come here. Hey, don't you chew up my stuff, man. Sit, boy. Everest, sit. Sit. You're a good boy. Everest, you're a good boy. All right. Let's talk about Far From Home. Like I said, John Watts trilogy, the best trilogy inside of the MCU, in my opinion. And like this movie, it has some very bad script issues. I mean, quite literally, Tony Stark gave his glasses to a kid. Not a good idea. And then the same kid decides to give them to Mysterio, where Mysterio's plan was getting Peter to trust him, so he gives him the glasses. Like, so many things that could go wrong. It's just conventional storytelling. But I still really enjoyed it. Jake Gyllenhaal, great Mysterio, some great action sequences. I think the Mysterio aspect was actually really good. Peter has a great character arc in here. His relationship with Zendaya is one of the best inside the MCU. Like I said, has some great action in here. So, I mean, while the script is absolutely not good, I have a great time watching this movie every time, just because of how much I love the character and how much I love the trilogy. I did it again. I kicked myself out again. I should stop doing that. All right. That was 27, 26, 25, 24. Yep. Wait, was that 27, 26, 25? Yes. All right. 26. Is WandaVision. 4 stars. I think that the first time I watched it, I got a little bit bored by the time the show was ending because it just felt so repetitive. And also, I was waiting week to week to not get that many answers. But I revisited it last year, and I thought it was great. I mean, I still love the style. It actually has some kind of horror style, I think, the beginning that's honestly a little creepy. I love Wanda's arc from the beginning of this show, or the ending of Infinity War to Multiverse of Madness. I know a lot of people like to hate on her arc. I think her arc is great. Relationship is great, and it's a mystery that I was just invested in. Remember when we were all on social media, we were all texting our friends like, what's going to happen? What's happening? Like, I remember that I watched all these shows with my family because when it came out, I was like 13 and just starting my first YouTube channel. And like, I wanted to get the reviews out, but I had to wait for my family. So I went over to my best friend's house and we watched the episodes before my family. And then I had to pretend to be shocked at all the reveals in each individual episode every time I watched it with my family because I couldn't wait that much because I was just so invested in the show. And then the rewatch just solidified it as probably one of the best, not even probably, it is one of the best MCU shows and just has some awesome stuff in here. Great style. And Matt Shockman, who directed Fantastic Four, First Steps, is a great director, and he really helps this show be how great it is. And he's part of the reason why Fantastic Four First Steps is so great. So just the best, one of the best MCU shows. It's not the best, it's one of the best. How many more shows do we have? Okay, we only got 2 more shows left. Shoot, what's this? 25? Yes, 25. Excuse me. Remember, guys, if you have any movie questions, shoot in. I'm going to check how many likes this has. I'm really, really nervous if, because I don't really want to watch Happy Gilmore 2, but if you guys want me to. 25, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I know a lot of people love to hate on the movie. I know that the Illuminati stuff was incredibly disappointing for a lot of people, and it was kind of disappointing for me, but I really like this movie, man. Sam Raimi, great horror director, and yes, it's not the best Sam Raimi movie because it definitely had some interference, but I think it is just a great movie and has the Sam Raimi isms that work. Like I said, Wanda's character arc is great. When she turns into a villain, I had to mute the mic there. Sorry. Perks of being sick, folks. Anyways, her character arc, I think, is great. I do think America's a little bit annoying, but this is a movie I do revisit quite often. Has some great horror aspects. Has some great action sequences. Again, the visual style, because it's Sam Raimi, great visual style. And some great horror elements. And I love Wanda's character arc. And I know a lot of you don't, but I sure do. And so I don't get, like, I will never get why people absolutely hate this movie. I absolutely love it. Grant, yes, we agree on something. He loved Multiverse of Madness too. I love it too. And, like, I went to see it with a friend, and she still hates the movie because we're Christians, obviously. And so I got a cough again. I need water. Oh, God. Wow. Okay. Been talking for a lot, I guess. But, like, because we're both Christians, but I love horror movies. She didn't. So, yeah. If you watch this video, I still love Multiverse of Madness. I'm sorry. That was 25. 24. Hawkeye. I think just like the stream. They all want me to watch Happy Gilmore too. They really do. Hawkeye. A really fun MCU TV show set on Christmas with what is it? Haley Steinfeld. She wasn't in Sinners. She was in Sinners. Yeah, that's the Haley Steinfeld that was in Sinners. I keep getting her and a different Haley, something else. That was my friend texting me back. But when was she? Oh yeah, that's right. She was in the post-credit scene. But Haley Steinfeld, Clint Barton, or Jeremy Renner, great. I love the Hawkeye character in the comics, and I love the story that this is based off of. It has some really good action sequences in here. Excuse me. It has some really great action sequences in here. I'm sorry. Wow. Kingpin, great addition. Echo, really cool in here. Even though I wish her show was much better, she is really good in this show. So I mean, this this is just what I call like not the best MCU show, but it is one that is really fun. And I think about it, I'm like, that one was really fun. And like you didn't have to wait so long to get the plotline resolved at the Black Widow post-credit scene of Yelena going after Hawkeye, because it happens in the show. And it's a great plotline, and it's resolved perfectly. So I mean, the show's really good. I really did like Hawkeye. That's the second best MCU show. And the final one we'll talk about before I take a small little break. Send in some questions if you got any movie and TV show related. Number 23. Am I at 23? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I am at 23. So I'm whoops. I'm going crazy. Wait, did I rate? I did rate Hawkeye. Okay. All right, Eternals is at number 23. I know a lot of people hate this, but what I love about it is that the MCU a lot of the time can feel like they are like a lot of the projects feel like they can be directed by committee. This one's directed by Chloe Zhao, who what else does she direct? She directed Nomadland, which I think won Best Picture out of that year. I haven't really heard of anything else. But Dracula, that's right. She is directing a Dracula movie. That's right. But she directed Nomadland, so it's fresh off her Oscar. She takes it to go see Eternals. And I thought it was, hold on. I gotta send this message real quick. Sorry, guys. Oh, I got 5 lines. I gotta blow my nose real quick before I continue talking about Eternals. Sorry. All right. Sorry. Dealing with something right now. Something that's not important though. Or it is important, but not for the channel. Anywho, Eternals Like, I like it because it's directed by Chloe Zhao. It's so different from anything in the MCU. She brings her she brings her distinct style inside of the MCU, and that's what works, you know. I think the creature designs are great. I think the celestial stuff is awesome in the ending, and the action's really cool. And I always, when I ever revisit this one, I'm like, that's actually really neat. I'm surprised that a lot of people don't like it much more. Actually, I'm not. I mean, I'm surprised I like it as much as I did, because it's just so unique. It's so interesting inside the MCU. It's so different, but I do think it works. I think it's one of the more unique MCU movies, and it has to be this high on the list just because of how unique it is. All right, let's remove that. Taking a quick little break, and like just kind of did. Grant loves Multiverse of Madness. Like the stream. I love Hawkeye, my favorite Disney Plus exclusive show. Got one show that's better. All right, let's go to YouTube. Let's check it out. Probably got 5 likes, don't I? Which means you guys are kind of... Why is it so... I got 4 likes. I don't have 5 likes yet, folks. I don't have 5 likes. I don't have to watch Happy Gilmore yet. I'm going to like it. I will watch Happy Gilmore. I liked it from my alt account. So, Grant, you get what you wanted. I will watch Happy Gilmore 2. Should I watch Happy Gilmore 1? I'll probably watch Happy Gilmore 1 first, and then I'll watch Happy Gilmore 2 tonight. Eternals is literally the second last movie on my list. Love and Thunder's last. Nothing can be worse than that. I agree. Nothing can be worse than Love and Thunder is the worst MCU movie. Actually, no, Quantumania. I forgot about Quantumania. God, I wish I could do that more often. Just forget about how terrible that movie was. Where do you have Quantumania, Grant? If it's in your top 10, I won't be happy. And then this next will go until we get to the top 10. All right? We'll just go until we get to the top 10. So 12 movies next time. I hope you all enjoying the stream. Got a sketch review coming later today. If you haven't heard of Sketch, I have. That's just because I saw this trailer once. Let me show you what it is real quick. Right. Sketch, it's a movie about it's a movie about a widowed father face challenges when his daughter's drawing become real. Not really going to talk about it much here. Don't really want to spoil the review. Wasn't the biggest fan though. Probably bottom 5 for Quantumania. Good choice. Good choices. Worst for me. Worst movie inside the MCU for me. Oh shoot, I don't want to do that. I did not want to spoil that list. Don't know why I did that. Whoopsie poopsie. All right, let's take one more minute, and then I'll do the rest. If you got any questions, send them in. Go stretch my arms. But like I said, sketch review today, together review tomorrow, and if I watch Happy Gilmore 2 review tomorrow too. Maybe I'll upload 2 reviews. But then we got The Naked Gun movie. I'm not looking forward to at all. Like, I don't think it looks very good out of the trailers. The O.J. Simpson joke is the only one that I liked, and it's because I didn't even know it was O.J. Simpson until my dad told me. So there's that. And then Bad Guys 2, which I like the first Bad Guys, but I mean the joke about the guy farting inside the spacesuit kind of turned me off from the whole movie. So I don't know. I'm not really all that interested in the releases coming this week, but I am going to watch them, get reviews out for you guys. All right. 22, one that a lot of people are probably going to hate. Captain Marvel. Oh boy, this is where we go into 4.5-star territory. Hold on, let me take that down. I want to see something. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. we're getting close to 5-star territory. We really are. Whoops, I gotta get back on Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, 4.5-star movie. I know a lot of people hate this movie. That won't be me. I went to the theater to see it when it first released. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. But I rewatched the movie as soon as Disney Plus released with my mom. I was like, that's better. And then she wanted to watch it a couple more times. I'm like, that's better. And then I watched it, like, I've seen it several times. And I think it is a great movie that really works. I don't know why. I think the mystery of it all is just intriguing. Seeing a young Samuel L. Jackson is great. Brie Larson's okay in the movie. Some cool action sequences. And the finale, that whole twist with the Skrulls really flips on its head. And that's what I really do think works about the movie, is the Skrulls and the twist that they have there that is really effective and really works. And just the great action sequences in the ending of the movie, I think really make this one to be a really entertaining movie that has girl power that I do think works. And so it's 4.5 stars for me. I will never dislike this movie. I think it's great. Holy crap. Iman Vellani on Letterboxd gave it 2 stars. Wow. She's in the sequel. That's funny. I think that's very funny. But yeah, I really like Captain Marvel. 21. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Only down here because it's a holiday special. But it's a holiday special I love. I mean, I watch it every single holiday, like multiple times. I saw my eyes out at times because, like, I just love these characters. Seeing them so happy has the emotions, especially after Infinity War and Endgame, after the big tragic events that happened there. So has some really emotional stuff in here. When you see Mantis and Drax go to Earth, it's funny, it's charming, it's really entertaining. And then, like, the stuff where you realize that Mantis is Quill's sister, and the emotions that excuse me, and the emotions that they have there. Just some really good emotions and a perfect holiday special with characters I love doing stuff that's fun and emotional. So obviously, I love the Guardians holiday special. The top 20. We're just going to go for these next 10, right? And then we'll do the top 10 after I take a break. This one's interesting, obviously, because I click here and it's like not the actual show. Season 2 of Loki. I am including season 1 and 2, 2 separate things. Season 2 of Loki is 4.5 stars. It's great. I do think it is slightly less better than season 1. Season 1 is literally the very next thing. This season itself is really good because of lost my train of thought there. Because, wow, really lost my train of thought. The season feels more art housey. You know, where season 1, you got all these emotions, but it feels like MCU. This feels like it's an art house project, to be honest, where has a very distinct style. It is has some very distinct emotions. You got the big sacrifice by Loki in the back half of the season in the final episode, which is just very emotional. Ke-Huy Quan, great addition to the movie or to the season. And the emotions in the ending, especially with like Owen Wilson, what they do with his character, what's actually going on with the TVA is really emotional. And just the distinct style and directorial stuff just has that distinct emotion, which I think really works. So season 2, it's slightly less entertaining than season 1, but yeah, I'll just go to season 1 real quick. Loki season 1 is number 19. Great season. Introduces us to the TVA. Really great. And with Loki, a character that has never had his redeeming arc. You know, I mean, we didn't like him in Thor or Avengers. He's a bad guy. Sacrifice kind of meant something in the Dark World. Thor Ragnarok, still kind of the villain, but cool. And then, like, at the beginning of Avengers Infinity War, you are emotional for his death. But then you actually get to see him, you know, like, see what his life is like. You see him view into the future and kind of turn into that hero, and the stuff with Sylvie is great. Again, they introduced the TVA, the Time Variance Authority, which is just a great addition into the MCU. Does some really unique things with time. Owen Wilson's character, one of my favorite characters inside the inside the MCU or the Disney Plus shows. So just a really interesting show and a really great opening season that introduced Kang in like a way that it's not action. You're sitting there and you're discussing stuff with Kang, which is very not emotional, but very interesting stuff that I've never really seen come out of the MCU. So very, very great show. And that is my personal favorite MCU show. Number 18, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I know a lot of, it is only 4 stars, but I know, a lot of people have this in their top 10. It's not top 10 for me. I think it is very good. The action, incredible. The Bucky, fantastic addition. Not an addition because we've seen him, but the Winter Soldier, great villain. The emotions with Steve and Bucky just have some great emotions. Nick Fury, good addition. And I do think that Steve and Tasha's interactions in this movie are great. So it's just like a 2 hour, 2.5. How long is the movie, actually? 2.5 hours, I think. It says how long it is somewhere over here. Let me look up. Winter Soldier runtime. 2 hours and 60 minutes. Okay. That's part of the problem with the show, why it is only at number 18. I think that it doesn't flow necessarily all that well. I think that it definitely has some draggy moments. But the stuff with Hydra, the whole S.H.I.E.L.D. plotline turning into Hydra, I think is just one of the best plot lines of the MCU. Sets up Civil War in a perfect way and just has some all-time stuff in here. And it's just a really great movie. It's not a personal favorite of mine. It's not even my personal favorite Captain America movie, but it's still very good. Very good. And it's the Russos one. And what's happening? Why does everybody hate on the Russos all of a sudden? I forget they've given us Civil War, The Winter Soldier, Infinity War, and Endgame, the 4 best, or some of the best MCU films. 3 of them, you'll see where there's at. I am unbelievably excited for what's it called? Avengers Doomsday. Unbelievably excited. Most anticipated movie of next year. I can't wait for it. I revisited Infinity War and Endgame a couple days ago. It's awesome. I love those movies. So what's the deal? Why do you guys hate on the Russos all of a sudden? I don't know. 17's, yep. Number 17, and I think I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. Also, Grant Helm thinks The Winter Soldier's top 10 MCU for him. Deadpool and Wolverine, and now all of these are 5-star projects. It's insane because we're at 17, and there's 17 5-star projects for me. I love this movie. Saw it 3 times in theaters. Saw it 2 times on my 4K disc. It's just pure comedy. It's pure hilarious. I think it's one of the funniest Deadpool movie out of them all. And at its core, it's kind of respecting the Fox universe, the Marvel that came before the MCU, and it respects that. We see cameos, Elektra, Gambit, which is awesome, Blade, which is awesome. Lauren from Logan, which is a great movie. And so I just think it has some of the coolest cameos that aren't just cameos like, oh, look, it's him. They actually serve the movie with that being funny as well. Hugh Jackman brings this sincerity into his role as Wolverine, which I just think really works. Some really great action sequences in here. The story itself is not good. It's not good. The villain is not all that memorable. But who needs a good story when, what they wanted to do, they did. And it's one of the most rewatchable MCU movies. I love this one. And it's the best Deadpool movie, one of the best X-Men movies. And so it's only number 17 because it's, as a movie, it's not very good. But, I mean, it's one of the most entertaining ones. Number 16. Captain America, the First Avenger. This is one that I was never all that big a fan of growing up, but then I revisited it. I rated it. When did I revisit this movie? Where's my review on this thing? I'm rewatching the entire MCU. It was way too harsh on this film. Example of the early MCU. Hold on. Yeah, last year in April, I revisited this movie, and I thought it was great. I thought it was phenomenal. Like a classic form of the early MCU, where you just get these little stories with these characters that just kind of set up the rest of the MCU. You don't really get that much these days. That just are little stories that are special. And it's a special story. Has some really good action sequences in here. Has some emotional moments in here as well. Red Skull, I think, is a solid villain. Like in the setup, obviously you got Captain America flying into the ice, but you also have the Tesseract, which sets up Avengers in a way that's not like, oh, look, it's a Tesseract. It surfaces the story. So what I really did enjoy, Grant Helm says he loves the Captain America movies. I do too. The 3 Captain America movies that are not, that are of phases 1 through 3 in my top 20. I really hate how the Sam Wilson one wasn't that good, because I love Sam Wilson, and I really hope he gets his chance to shine in Avengers Doomsday. Top 15. Here we go, baby. Here we go. The Avengers, the first ever Avengers movie, definitely has some pacing issues, I think. I think the pacing should have been much better, but it's special. We've never seen a cinematic universe like this before, where you have all these individual solo stories just binding together, where all these characters that you've got over the last couple of years just combined together. I love the interactions between Steve and Tony in this movie. The action's really great. I love the costumes here. Like, you don't really get costumes like this anymore. Like, pure, swear I keep seeing something fly into my window. Like, pure comic accurate costumes. I mean, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Captain America, great costume. Thor, great costume. Black Widow. Is that Maria Hill in the background? Nick Fury. Just some great costumes, and just overall a really great movie that just does something fresh, does something new in an awesome way, interacts with all these characters for the first time. I love it. Number 14, the reason why I'm doing this video, the Fantastic Four First Steps. Now, you see it's only 4.5 stars. And it was in my top 10 after leaving the theater. I think after watching it, I did move it down to 14, but I can't move it down anymore. I adored this movie, man. I thought it was great. I love the fact that the movie is quite literally just a quite literally just a ticking time bomb. Galactus is coming to Earth, and so the entire movie you're just following the Fantastic Four, trying to figure out constant ways to get their planet away from Galactus, or get Galactus away from their planet. Galactus himself is awesome. I mean, he's not a cloud in this movie, which is a big bonus, but he's awesome. I saw an IMAX first time that he just appears from the dark. I was like, you could ask my brother, I was like, oh my God, it's Galactus. I can't actually believe it. And then, as soon as he jumps onto Earth, I flat out said, that's awesome. I would lean over to my brother. I'm like, that's awesome. I love the Fantastic Four growing up. The Thing was my favorite MCU or Marvel character. I mean, he's one of my favorite Marvel characters. So you don't know how happy it makes me that we actually got a great Fantastic Four movie. I love this movie. I love the action sequences in here. The characters' powers are utilized perfectly. There's some emotions. Invisible Woman's speech, Sue's speech, is great. And yet it's directed by Matt Shakman, who just builds this perfect world inside the MCU. So, I mean, I can't wait to see these characters again. I loved Fantastic Four. I think it is one of the best MCU movies. And I think once it comes out, because it's only an hour and 55 minutes, and I get it that it did cut some things out, and it's a little bit disappointing in that aspect, but I think that it'll be the one that I rewatch the most whenever I get it on 4K. All right, 3 more movies until we get to the top 10. 13. Thor Ragnarok. I really enjoy this movie. Takes Thor, turns him into a comedic, the comedic aspect of him, and I think it's great. Hella fantastic villain. The stuff on what's it called? I don't remember what the planet's called, but the stuff on the Battle World planet is just some great stuff. Fight between Thor and Hulk, absolutely great. The movie's genuinely hilarious. Unlike Thor: Love and Thunder, this movie just absolutely some funny stuff. Makes me die laughing every time I watch it. Interactions between Thor and Hulk, like I said, just some funny stuff. Loki, good addition. Hela, great in the movie, and has some stakes, has some emotions. The destruction of Asgard, you feel the destruction of Asgard, and you feel the emotions, and the big action sequences are just absolutely incredible. So, I mean, this is just the best Thor movie by a long shot, and this is, again, where the MCU was just putting out banger after banger after banger after banger. So Thor Ragnarok, just a great movie. Number 12. Take a drink before I reveal it. Had to blow my nose again, folks. Number 12, Black Panther, a movie that I remember, 5 stars. I remember, funny story, it was Mother's Day. My family got into a fight on Mother's Day, and you know what fixed it? We rented Black Panther on VOD, and we watched it. I think we all really, really liked it. I mean, it's sets up Wakanda, and it's a very unique and interesting world. It takes after the events of Civil War, but just in a great way. Has some great action sequences. We see Claw again ever since Age of Ultron, and I do think he is a great villain here. But besides Claw, you got Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan, who is one of the best villains inside the MCU. And, you know, has some emotions there in the third act. And with the directorial style of Ryan Coogler, he makes a very unique direction inside the MCU with some great action sequences, some great style, and a fantastic villain. So even like the third act, I think, is really good. So, I mean, just one of the MCU movies that I think is, one of the MCU movies that I think is just really great. Like a lot of these. So, number 11, the last one we're going to talk about before we get to the top 10 in the MCU. Number 11, Iron Man 3. I did say that the other MCU movie or the other Iron Man movies are great. And what I love about this one is it's very clearly a Shane Black movie. Like, this was before the MCU started doing the stuff that is feeling like it's directed by committee, because he directed The Nice Guys, which I still haven't seen. Haven't seen this. I haven't seen his other movies besides Iron Man 3, but very clearly has his own distinct style, where it's Iron Man losing his powers and kind of like a spy thriller, you know? He has to use his brain to do all this stuff. Yeah, I get it. A lot of people absolutely hate the Mandarin twist. Like, oh, boo-hoo. You don't see the Mandarin. You see the Mandarin in Shang-Chi. Like, who cares? I thought it was I don't personally hate the twist. I don't love the villain, but who cares about the villain when the story itself is more interesting than I've really ever seen inside the MCU? Has some really cool set pieces, and the direction by Shane Black is great. I really love Iron Man 3. All right, send in some questions, baby. Send in some questions. I'm seeing how long. Okay, so Happy Gilmore's only an hour and 33 minutes. So I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it once I get off live. What? What? Happy Gilmore 2 is 2 hours? That's crazy. Like, an hour and 33 minutes would be completely different, but 2 hours is crazy. Hey, Grant, have you seen Happy Gilmore 2? Have you? And did you like it? I'd love to know that. Questions. I'm letting my brain reset before we get to the top 10. I'm going to show these 2 Funko Pops that I recently got. Why not? Did you like the movie, Grant? You have seen it? Did you like the movie? I did pick up the 2 best side characters. Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific. See, when I got paid, I was going to go get the other DC Legends of them. Don't spoil it, Grant. Is this a spoiler? Okay. I was going to go see all the other DC Legends, but I found out they were like $40 a pop. So I didn't buy them. So instead, I bought the Guy Gardner Funko Pop and the Mr. Terrific Funko Pop. And I also bought Ash, which when I did the top 10 most anticipated out of South by Southwest, Ash was on there because I thought it sounded interesting. I haven't watched it yet, but I plan on checking it out soon. The ending rushed. I thought it was mid. Then why do you want me to watch it? If you didn't like it, you thought it was mid. I don't know. I haven't seen the first Happy Gilmore. I thought I saw someone behind me. But I'll check it out before I watch the new one. I'm going to go check on those dogs real quick. Everest, it's Bell. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? Okay. All right. Good dog. Hi. Hi, Everest. Good boy. Hi, Isabel. Good girl. Yeah, they're good. They're good. All right. I'm going to respond to this message, and then we'll get into the top 10. Hi. Spooked me. Wait, I got 8 new followers? No, I only have to go follow my TikTok. I love how on TikTok, a lot of my comments are just apps that are like good movie HD, watch full HD, the Fantastic Four First Steps movie in my bio. Like I've already seen the movie, buddy.
We're almost. The movie was so terrible. I don't even want to do an intro.
Go follow my TikTok. I know I post all of them on YouTube Shorts anyways, but I'm trying to get my TikTok followers up at Zach D Films. All one word, no space. Would really appreciate if you guys did that too. And my Instagram, Zach D Films, and my YouTube channel. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, I'd really appreciate if you would subscribe. All right. The top 10 MCU movies. My personal top 10. Now, I already did a top 10 actually at the beginning of my channel. I switched it around a little bit. Let me just do it. Shut up. Good dog. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Like, the beginning of my channel, this channel, I that was when Brave New World came out. And then I reviewed Daredevil Season 2, The Gorge, Long Legs. But then I did a top 10 MCU movies. Be quiet thing. I love telling myself to shut up. And if you guys have any more questions, be sure to send me your questions so I can respond to it as well. Yeah, I already did a top 10, but it's a little changed. A couple more additions and a couple less ones. All right, let's dive right into the top 10. Oh, I don't want to do that. With Ant-Man, number 10. I know, like I said this a lot, that the other two or the sequel was fun. The other movie is just ass. This movie, I really like. I mean, it's a heist movie inside the MCU. It's about Ant-Man going to do a heist, and it's just a lot of fun. I watch it once a year, if not more. The origin is really fun. Paul Rudd is really funny. Luis, a really good character in here. And like you get Falcon that doesn't just feel like, oh, look, it's Falcon. Like it actually surfaces through the plot. You got Hydra in here kind of building off of Age of Ultron and building off of the Winter Soldier. So, I mean, just some great stuff inside this movie that I really do enjoy. Overall, just being a really fun heist movie inside the MCU. So, I mean, just the MCU movie that I enjoy the most. Or one of the MCU movies I enjoy the most. Not the, one of. Number 9. The original Iron Man, the first MCU movie. And you can ask my brother, he watches this movie like 10 times a year. I love this movie. I do think the CGI is a little bit like mid. It's not one that I'm ever going to like I rewatch all that often, but it's one that I do really enjoy. Obviously, Robert Downey Jr. is great. The beginning of this, I mean, Iron Man's origin is just great. And, you know, from the beginning, shoot, I lost my train of thought again. From the beginning of this movie to Endgame just has this great arc and sets up this great arc for this character. Has some great action sequences in here, I think. Like I said, some of the CGI is bad, especially with Obadiah Stane's suit and the big CGI battle. But some of the action sequences, like when they're in the military battle, was awesome. And again, just I love the characters. I love the romance. It's just overall a great movie and a great entry and a great startup inside the MCU. It's number 9. My brother needs to rewatch Ant-Man. Yes, you do. It's a great movie. And then Grant says Iron Man's probably his 3rd favorite MCU project. Dogs are looking at something. I'll be right back. What are you guys looking at? What's up? You guys gonna go potty? All right, guys. The dogs have to go outside, so I'll be right back. All right. Please don't leave. Come on. Gotta go potty. Come on. You all right, buddy? Come on. Lay down. Sophie's back. Sorry. Had to go take the dogs out. Come on. Everest, come on. Sit. You're okay, buddy. It's okay in here. They just miss their mom. All right. Number 8. Movie that was much lower on the list until I rewatched it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Movie that's probably going to be 5 stars if I revisit it. I've talked a lot about this movie recently, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. I think it's great. I think the action in this movie is shot very well. The needle drop scene is one of the best scenes inside the MCU. The villain in the High Evolutionary is great. The emotions in here stem from the backflashes with backflashes. That's not a word. With the flashbacks of Rocket and all those emotions definitely made me cry each time I watched the movie. But I feel like the movie disappointed me with the emotions the first time I saw it. Like the movie leaned so heavily on the fact that someone was going to die and then no one died. And I left it like, that was a little disappointing. But on the rewatch, I found what the real emotions were about the team and the emotions between the team. When they broke up and the dog days are over dance scene, I thought was really, really great. And so, I mean, just some really emotional sequences inside Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and some great action. And one of my personal favorite MCU movies. Number 8. Now, after rewatch, of course. On to number 7. Spider-Man No Way Home. I know I said it's one of my favorite trilogies. Have it here in the top 10. Why do I only have it at 4 stars? I'm adding a half star. I don't think it's 5 stars, but it's definitely 4.5 stars. I mean, it's just a great movie. It concludes Tom Holland's Spider-Man's arc. Like, he has a full arc, you know, where he loses his aunt. He has to have everyone forget who he is. And it's all this emotions and all this devastating stuff that definitely made me cry in the theater just because I care about this character. But just some great action in this movie as well. The cameos they're just kind of like icing on the cake, you know, like you have the arc with Peter Parker, you have the arc with Doctor Strange, and the stuff that concludes this ginormous arc for Peter that doesn't like it. And the cameos are just there. And they're awesome. Obviously, it's awesome to see Toby. It's awesome to see Andrew again. But like, they're not the main focus. It's awesome to see all these villains. The cameos are great. The scenes where the 3 Spider-Man are just hanging out are just awesome. But the core of the story is the emotions that make me cry, with just some great cameos. One of my favorite MCU movies. It's not my favorite out of that trilogy, though, surprisingly. Number 6. The original Guardians of the Galaxy. Yet again, I've talked about the Guardians films a lot. I gotta give it 5 stars. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one, but it's awesome that James Gunn takes shoot. I felt like something was crawling on my leg. I had to scratch my leg for a minute. It takes paranoid. Takes all these D-list characters that we haven't heard. Where the heck is Rocket on here, by the way? It takes all these D-list characters, Gamora, Groot, Rocket, Quill, Drax, you really haven't heard of, and makes some household names, and it's awesome. You know, there's some great action sequences in here as ever. Cast is absolutely great. Feels like a family. Has those emotions. I mean, the final scene where they're all holding hands feels like a family. The dance off Save the Universe is great. I think Ronan is a great villain because after Thanos, he just kind of the setup villain, but still is utilized great in here. So, I mean, Yondu, really cool. So, I mean, just takes all these characters, makes them A-list characters, and something I loved. All right, top 5. Share your top 5. If you're still here, share your top 5 MCU movies. Number 5. Number 5. Thunderbolts. Yep, that's right. Left the theater after this one. Instantly put it in my top 5. I loved it. I mean, I adore the movie. I thought it was great. Surprisingly mature handling of things never undercut series. Yeah, I agree. Great movie. I mean, you not only do you get to see Yelena, Red Guardian, John Walker, Bucky, Ghost. Don't know what she's doing here, Taskmaster. Not only do you get to see these characters again, but you get to see them in such a great way where they have great interactions. Now, I've said this a lot, but there is some great action inside this movie. Bob Sentry, amazing addition. And its themes, it's a movie about mental health. If you know me, movies about mental health absolutely slap. And so, guess what? This movie absolutely slaps. And so, it's had some great emotions, made me cry. The ending where it's literally just a hug to save the world, a hug to save life. Great themes in this movie. The emotions when them two have their discussion, really great. I mean, I cried at that part. And then, again, it's just an MCU movie that actually has style. From the very beginning, when the MCU logo fades away, I knew that this movie was going to be special. And from beginning to end, I felt like I was in 2018 Prime Marvel. I loved it. I mean, Thunderbolts is top 5 MCU. Number 4. Spider-Man Homecoming. Like I said, this is my personal favorite. This was my favorite movie once it came out. Like I rented this movie. So my brother had some friends over when Family Video was still a thing. Rest in peace, Family Video. Me, my mom, my dad watched Spider-Man Homecoming. We rented Spider-Man Homecoming. My brother and his friends rented Captain Underpants. And so I saw this movie and I loved it. And then my parents went to bed and I stayed up again and I watched it again. And then my brother watched it the next day. I watched Captain Underpants. And then after Captain Underpants, I watched it again. And I loved it, man. I mean, not only is it just a great Spider-Man story. Yeah, Iron Man's in here, but who cares? Vulture is great. Michael Keaton's great. The twist is still an all-timer twist. I mean, I still get chills every time that he's going to go pick her up. You're in such a happy mood. Opens the door and it's Vulture. I mean, I just remember me and my family were like, what? Like, that was awesome. Has some great Spider-Man stuff. Spider-Man as a teenager, as a not homeschooler, but as a high schooler is absolutely great. So, I mean, I just absolutely love this movie. It just has some of the best stuff inside the MCU. Kicking off the top 3. Avengers Endgame. Rewatched this one yesterday or 2 days ago, actually. Actually, no, this was yesterday. What am I talking about? I love this movie. I think that it's perfect, obviously. The time travel stuff is great, going back to 2012, 2014, even like a long time ago, 1970s, I think. Seeing the interactions between Tony and his dad is great. Has all the emotions. It pays off. 10 years in the MCU. Every plot line that was set up, it pays off in a perfect way, whether it's Tony's snap or just like little lines that you're like, oh yeah, that pays off from the other stuff in the MCU. It's just a great story, great conclusion. The final battle is absolutely awesome. The portal scene gives me chills every single time. And like I said, Tony's snap is always emotional, and the funeral scene never fails to make me cry. Even Natasha's death makes me cry. So, I mean, just the Avengers movie that is just absolutely awesome, heartbreaking, and just the payoff. And this is everything I hope Avengers Secret Wars is going to be, as Infinity War is everything I hope Doomsday is going to be. Grant's disagreeing with me. Hell no! Endgame is 1. It's close. It's very close. My former number 1, until I revisited it, and then I had to move it down to number 2, is Infinity War. I adore this movie. Obviously, I watch it every time I'm sick. We get to see all these characters interact for the first time, and it's just incredible. Drop is a great movie, by the way. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. But you get to see all these characters interact that you didn't think you'd get to see. I mean, Thor and the Guardians, Avengers and the Guardians, the Wakandans and the Avengers. Just awesome stuff. Combines 10 years of MCU stuff to set up in-game. And, like, whether it's Thanos' snap, awesome ending. Thanos is a great villain. When Gamora's death is emotional. The action sequences, whether it's on Wakanda or whether it's on Titan, all those action sequences are just absolutely awesome and just have stakes. So this is a movie I adore. I will say that I think I've seen it so many times that it's not as quite as special, but it's still very special to me. That's why Civil War is number one, as Grant points out. There's no way Civil War is number one. This is rigged. How is this rigged, Grant? How is this rigged? It's my opinion. If Endgame isn't one, it's Infinity War. See, I had these at 1 and 2. I did. But, I mean, after thinking about it, my personal favorite MCU movie is Captain America Civil War. Now I don't see the problem here because like these are all 5-star movies, so like they interchange all the time. Heck, if I ever do this again, this could be number 1, and this could be number 2, or this could be number 1, and this could be number 2. Like they all interchange. But for now, Civil War is my favorite. I mean, it has conflict that can make you root for both sides, whether you think Captain America's right or you think Tony Stark is right. Just has that ongoing conflict constantly. Great action sequences. The airport action sequence is awesome. What is this? Water Parks is coming to this place. I love Water Parks. I think they're a great band. But anyways, it just has some awesome action. Joe Russo, Anthony Russo, great direction. Baron Zemo, great motive, great villain, doing all this just to get revenge on the Avengers. And then the ending where Tony Stark realizes that Bucky killed his parents and just goes on this violent rampage and fight. Just absolutely awesome. Has the most stakes inside the MCU. And not the most stakes, but some of the most stakes inside the MCU. And it's awesome. It sets up Infinity War Endgame perfectly. Now I get it. Like, these are all, like, these 3 are always going to be my top 3. No matter what. Like, I adore these movies. But there you have it. Captain America Civil War is number 1. That's what the entire list looks like. Letterboxd. Go follow me on Letterboxd. Active Films. Let's go to my profile real quick. I don't want to be done live. You know, let's hang for a little longer. Let's do a little Q&A. Grant's not happy. Here's my Letterboxd profile. Let's not look at the sketch review because I'm going to have that review coming up today. But let's go to my diary, shall we? Yeah. You know, July hasn't been the greatest month for me for movies. I mean, we got my least favorite movie of the year this month. But, I mean, I saw Fantastic Four First Steps. Great movie. Superman, where are you at? Where is Superman? It's down here. 4.5 stars. So the 2 superhero movies, great. Ironheart, not good. Revisited The Flash, Hereditary. I saw Ari Aster. It just hasn't been the best month movie-wise for me, I think. Like, I haven't watched the best movies this month. Like, June, I'd watched top-tier movies. Like, I revisited Mickey 17, Top Gun Maverick, Age of Ultron. Saw the Jurassic movies, which I absolutely adore. I saw Elio, which is a great movie. The 28 Years Later, which is a great movie. I finally saw these movies. I saw the How to Train Your Dragon movies, which are all great. Materialist, which is a great movie. Drag Me to Hell, which is a solid movie. Predator, Killer of Killers, the John Wick movies. That was a great month. May was a great month because I got to rewatch all the Mission Impossible movies. But you know, I get to July, and I just I've revisited a lot of great movies, but this is my account right here. Zach D Films YT, no spaces, all one word. What's your account, Grant? Grant, what's your account, and I'll go follow you. Let's go to films. Let's see. What's my higher rating films? Okay, sort by highest first. So my highest rated films, The Dark Knight obviously is my favorite. Whiplash 5 stars. Cross Spider-Verse 5 stars. What the heck is going on here? Oh no, I don't want average rating. Your rating, highest first. There we go. All right, yeah. Like all these MCU movies, 5-star MCU movies. Jurassic World 5 stars. Jurassic Park 5 stars. Again, Bring Her Back 5 stars. Mission Impossible Fallout, 5 stars. So the Suicide Squad, 5 stars. Karate Kid, 5 stars. Thunderbolts, 5 stars. Smile 2, I gave 5 stars. Companion, I gave 5 stars. Across Spider-Verse, Challengers, Infinity War, Gladiator. All of these I gave 5 stars to. What do I stop giving 5 stars at? Scooby-Doo Pirates Ahoy, that was my childhood right there. A Barbarian, Scream, Puss in Boots. See, I have seen this movie. I need to fix the rating of this, though. It's more like a 3-star movie. I put it 5 stars just I only put it 5 stars because of I used to like rate the trailers, and I thought the trailer for that looked great. What's my lower rating films? What are films I've given a lot of films 5 stars because I love films. I haven't given a lot of films 1 star though. I have not seen Licorice Pizza. I don't know why you're on there. Monkey, Novocaine. Oh, The Last Airbender gave half star. X-Men Origins gave half star. Old gave half star. I've only given 3 movies half a star. Like, these movies are just awful. 1 star, I've given plenty of movies 1 star. 355, Dark Phoenix, Maxine. Actually, I've only given 3 movies 1 star, too. 1.5. I normally go 1.5. I give plenty of movies 1.5. So, there's that. Grant, tell me your Letterboxd account, man, so I can follow you. What's my watch list like? I do want to see Until Dawn, The Phoenician Scheme, Last Breath, Parasite, War Dogs, Doctor Sleep, The Shining, Legend, Bone Tomahawk. I really want to see Bone Tomahawk. I don't really put stuff in my watch list because I completely forget that watch list is an option. Any questions? Or else I'm about to hop off of being live. Maybe go watch Happy Gilmore. Jake DD, that's my brother, liked my post on Twitter. You were the QZZZ something or other guy. Thanks, Grant. I found your just said you followed me. Now it's not letting me see it. Hold on. I will say on the phone or on the computer, it's much better. Have you been reviewing movies, Grant? Like when did you get this? You are QXZ2715, right? All right. Sorry, everyone. I'm talking to Grant. He's an old friend of mine. But let's read some of let's go to Letterboxd and let's read some of Grant's reviews. Is that okay, Grant? If we review your profile, he's just reviewing movies today. I don't do that. Like I log them as watched, but I don't say I watched them that day, just because I've watched a lot of movies. But I've only logged 400 movies on Letterboxd. Is that okay if we? Yes. All right. Sick. We're gonna review Grant's reviews. I only have 51 followers. Go follow my Letterboxd at Zach D Films YT. And we're gonna see Grant's Letterboxd. All right. Let's see this. Let's go to activity. Let's go to diary, actually. Okay, 3 movies. Hold on. Even though there's 4 movies here. Make your top 4. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's a lot of reviews here. Okay. Jack. Jack is a good movie, but Robin Williams carried. I've never heard of Jack. Actually, I have heard of Jack. I've never seen it. 10 Things I Hate About You, 4.5 stars. I haven't seen that either. Superman. Okay, here we go. 4.5 stars. I can handle the truth on Happy Gilmore too. I'm gonna watch it, but I don't really care about spoilers. James Gunn did it again. The only downside is casting of Green Lantern. Disagree, Grant. Highly disagree. Green Lantern was great. Lex Luthor was the best part of this movie. I agree. Liked it, but the ending rush. The tournament was like 10. Oh, great. So if the tournament is 10 minutes, that's even worse. Thanks for making me watch it. It was really funny and fun movie that I come back to time and time again. Haven't seen it. Yeah, I agree with here. Solid 3 stars, 1.5. I would give it like 2.5. But it was way too hyped up. It wasn't all that good. Haven't seen 500 Days of Summer, but I want to. Haven't seen The Truman Show, but I want to. And then I disagree. Across Spider-Verse is better than Into the Spider-Verse. You know what? Let's just review my followers' profiles. Grant, you haven't made a favorite 4. Gene is following me. All right. His favorite films. Oh, this is real interesting. Parasite, I haven't seen. Final Destination 3, which is really, really interesting. Addition there. Social Network, which I think is okay. And Spider-Man, which is a good movie. I'm actually going to mark that as log too. But, I mean, really interesting to have Final Destination 3 in here. But Superman, 4.5 stars. Fantastic Four, 4 stars. Eddington, 4 stars is kind of crazy. F1, 4 stars. Okay. Gene, don't like that you only gave Fantastic Four 4 stars. Should be 5. Just kidding, Gene. If you ever see this. I'm surprised that Eddington, people love Eddington. It's not me. Ollie. See what Ollie's got here. Favorite films: E.T., Scream, Evil Dead 2. Seen Evil Dead 2. Haven't seen E.T. though. Haven't seen. Again, only gave Superman 4 stars. Bring It Back 4 stars. Well, that's solid. But Superman, I think, is a great movie. One of my favorite horror movies of all time. This was up until I changed it just a couple days ago. And this is one of the better Evil Dead movies. I think the recent one, Evil Dead Rise, was my personal favorite. But that one's solid. This is Mr. What's his name? This is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning out yet on Twitter. So favorite films: Jurassic Park, all-timer. Haven't seen any of the Harry Potter movies. Haven't seen. But he's got one all-timer movie on here. So that's solid. He loves James Gunn and Zack Snyder. Me too. Goldmound, his favorite films. This is great right here. Prisoners and the Batman. Just a comic book movie that has the same style of Prisoners. I really like this here. And I haven't seen these 2 movies, but I have been meaning to. Kevin Goldberg follows me. Twin Peaks, Thin Red. I haven't seen any of these, so I'm just going to skip the profile. Sorry, Kevin. Mike, P52. Not a Star Wars guy. Haven't seen either of these, but Raiders of the Lost Ark is an all-timer. And he gave I Know What You Did Last Summer 1.5. And Eddington a 2.5. But Fantastic Four only 4. Eddington's a little too low. I hate this movie. No surprise there. I hate that movie. Solid profile, Mike. Fajay Rabbit. Okay. Haven't seen any of these movies, unfortunately. I've been meaning to see Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Grant, have you seen Eternal Sunset, the Spotless Mind? I haven't seen any of these either, so. August Keller. Yeah, not too interesting there because I haven't seen any of them. Misty Staton. John Wick in her top 4. Okay, that's surprising. The Nice Guys haven't seen. Not too much stuff there. This is my brother, by the way. He has 10 accounts. S.J. Butler. I've seen The Martian, but besides that, I didn't think The Martian was all that good. All right. All right. I think I'm done reviewing profiles. All right, guys. It is 2 p.m. Central Time. Streamed for 2.5 hours. That was my whole MCU ranking. Appreciate to everybody who joined, whether you're in the future, whether you're in the past. That doesn't quite make sense. Hey, Grant, look at your list. Okay, Grant, I'll look at your lists. If you're asking, I won't leave you yet. Click on you here. Where's your lists? It's not letting me see your list. I don't think you have any lists. Grant, you don't have any lists up. You're welcome. Appreciate it. Yeah, you don't have any lists up, Grant. All right, yeah, I'm going to call wraps. Probably going to go watch Happy Gilmore because apparently I have to watch Happy Gilmore too. All right, I'll look, Grant. I'll look, but okay, yeah, it's there now. All right. Top 5. See, that's not how he just made one. Okay. It's not how you put a top 4. You should put a top 4 on your profile, but I can tell you how to do that here in a minute. It's top 5 movies though. Okay, this is going to be fun. Creed, great movie. John Wick Chapter 2, which is a movie that I used to love, and then I rewatched it. I wasn't all that into it. Haven't seen. And then Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie. So I love Revenge of the Sith. So it's a solid top 5, Grant. I think that's a top 5. Let's see what my top 4 is real quick. Let's go to my profile. I didn't talk about my top 4. I recently changed this. I got The Dark Knight, all-time favorite movie. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is just a phenomenal movie. Civil War, already talked about that. And then Sicario, which is my favorite Denis Villeneuve movie, I think. And I just love that movie. So that's my Letterboxd top 4. So how do you do top 4? Are you doing it on a computer or on phone? Because on phone, you got to go to settings. Shoot, I wasn't even sharing the screen. All right, so you got to go to settings, and then it'll have favorite films in settings. And then you just choose your favorite 4. That's how you do it. But anyways, this is my profile. Favorite films. These are my favorite films. Gave Sketch 2 stars. You'll see a review coming very soon. All right, but that's going to be it for me, guys. I'm going to go make some lunch. I'm going to relax for the rest of the day until I go see Together tonight. So thank you to everybody who clicked on this one, who joined the live stream, and who's going to watch in the future, in the past. That doesn't make sense. With that said, I'll see you guys on the next live stream this Sunday. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to be doing something. I'll see you guys.